It's time, you guys. You ready for this? Woo. What's under your shirt right there? Oh, do you guys see this? What? Who here wants to talk about ClickFunnels 2.0? I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear you guys. What was that? Okay. So Todd, what have you been doing the last year or so?
Oh man, just a couple things, right? So I guess before we even jump into that, I kind of want to talk about maybe the elephant in the room, right? So just looking at why or where we are, right? So last year, Funnel Hacking Live, we kind of told you guys what was coming, what was happening, what we were doing with ClickFunnels 2.0. And the question I've got since then all the time from Russell, from everyone else is, why haven't we launched yet, right? Right. All right. So there's a number of reasons, but number one, without trying to sound too cocky, it's like we don't have to, right? So we're in a position as a company that we want to launch the best possible software for you guys. And as soon as we started using it ourselves, we decided there were more user experience updates that really needed to be in place before we gave it to you guys, right? So we went back and updated everything. We've been using it ourselves. We built courses on it, funnels on it. We've been going nuts.
It's so good.
Right? Yeah. All right, we're getting there. So we've spent the past year investing even more heavy in the platform itself, right? So I was telling Russell, really, the first year of development on ClickFunnels 2.0, we really didn't build features. We were actually investing in the foundation. If you're familiar with how skyscrapers are built, right? Up to half of the skyscraper can actually be the same depth underground for the foundation. And that's what we were doing with this platform, trying to get things ready for you guys so we can move fast, build features, build the platform that you guys need and deserve to run your businesses on. The way I view it is we've done the 80-20, right? So we've invested heavily in the 80% that's kind of duplicate effort across new features. Every time we're building new features, new pages, new different things within the editor, we've invested in those tooling pieces so we can actually get the ball rolling and now work on the 20%, which is the fun stuff you guys love. So I want to go in and I guess talk a little bit more about that as well. And I did talk a little bit last year about why we were actually doing this. And I'm just going to go over it real quick again about why we're doing it as a new platform and not actually just updating ClickFunnels 1.0. So there's a number of reasons, but I did get these questions a lot from our team and from coaches and everyone else. But luckily, Russell was on board with me and said, it doesn't matter what everybody else wants to do. We want to do this. Let's do it. So one of the big things was actually stability for you guys. Changing out the engine on a car driving 100 miles per hour down the interstate really is a dangerous task to do. And that's equivalent of what we would have had to have done if we were updating the current platform because we really wanted to build something that was drastically different, right, for the future. So going through that, we kind of looked at our mission and we realized, talking back and forth about what it is, I mean, we know this, we've talked about it for years, but our mission is to free you guys so you can change the lives of your customers. And obviously funnels is one of the main things, but it actually reaches beyond that. Like, we want to eliminate any problems you guys have in your way in running your business so you can actually do things faster and easier and get to the results that you want, not worry about the technology, right? So we, So we focused on building a team for you guys and a platform for you guys that accomplishes that. It's a unified system that automates all of Russell's best practices and everything that we've learned over the past 2 decades of doing online business. So really quick, you may have seen our staff shirts. These are really cool. Russell's assistant put these together, but they're based on a manifesto that I came up with before ClickFunnels 2.0. Actually, my wife wants me to tell this story, but like when we were first going under for COVID, right? Like she's freaking out. She doesn't want to, like, she wants to go see people. She can't stand being home alone. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm an introvert and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I'm going to pull out my old journals and notes and I'm going to write and this is going to be so great. I don't have to see people. I don't have to travel. Like, yeah, anyway, the introverts identify with me on this one. So I got in there and I started going through it and I went back through stuff that we had talked about years ago and all these features and all these things we wanted to accomplish with ClickFunnels. And that's really where kind of the genesis of this started. And I started to put together a manifesto. I was like, all right, if we're going to accomplish this, what would it take? How would we have to think different? How would we have to change the way we operate our business? And that manifesto kind of led into that. And it's something that we actually send all of our all of our product people through every time they come on board during the company. And I go through a big training with them on it to make sure that we actually are all on the same page about how we operate. Because there's a lot of businesses that operate drastically differently than we operate when it comes to building software. The big principles though are we stay lean, right? So we want to actually, one of my core beliefs is that a small lean team can actually accomplish more things and more powerful results than a large organization with lots of process and management and everything else. And that's all of you guys too, right?
Yes.
So going into that, we shifted the focus to how. I wanted to make sure that we had that platform built, had invested in that platform, and we're ready to move forward. And as you know, Russell teaches about frameworks all the time. Frameworks are key across marketing, across all the things we talk about, but it's also core to software development. You can easily crank out a feature, but if you haven't built the proper framework to actually support that feature, scale that feature, build everything, yeah, you can end up in a bad spot. So that's why we've invested heavily in that. And so just simply a different way of thinking. So when we're looking at what we're focusing on scaling, speed, usability, and future growth, right? So that goes back to building the foundation for the skyscraper itself. We want to make sure that we have the ultimate foundation for you guys to run your business on. We actually look for patterns in everything we did, right? There's a lot of duplication in software development. I don't know if you realize this, but everyone takes payments. Everyone has accounts. Everyone does all these specific things. What we've done is we've kind of eliminated that 80% as we're going and building new features for you guys so we can invest just in what matters. And we've automated the best practices, which basically makes things easy for you guys. So Russell also wanted me to touch on this a little bit. This is the amazing team that we've assembled over the past 2-3 years now that's been working on ClickFunnels 2.0. This is our office in, give the team a hand. Yes.
These are the people making this all possible.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, I know. I get a lot of the credit, but it's definitely not me doing all the coding anymore. Like, there's no way I could accomplish the amount of work that's been done on this thing. So we have an amazing team that's doing that all over the world, actually.
We actually want to throw up a timeline so you guys can see everything that they've been doing so far and what's coming up in the future. So if we can throw up the timeline right here, this is where we're going to take you guys on the journey for the next 45 minutes or so, showing you the timeline of all the things that are happening, where we're going. Does that sound good? Oh, okay. So I think to begin with, if you guys want to throw up phase number 1, here's the first phase of ClickFunnels 2.0 that we'll be talking about right now.
That's amazing. But a core part of ClickFunnels 2.0 is beyond just the funnel. We actually like to teach a strategy called the Funnel Hub strategy, right? Yes. So it includes your website, it includes your blog, it includes your customer center, and it's really a solution for your entire business, not just for your funnels. And that's a core piece of the platform. As we go through that, that includes the concept of themes. So you have multiple themes and designs for your site that you can roll out. You can have a full power of the editor inside of everything you do. So the ClickFunnels editor that you know and love from building funnels, you can actually use to build your entire website now. But to accomplish that, we had to come up with some new technology, and one of those new pieces is universal sections. This allows you to actually create sections that can be reused across your entire business inside of the editor. Super powerful.
That means no more building one header 5,000 times, one footer 25,000 times. You do it once and then never touch it again.
Yes,
so great.
we know your pain. So yes, this is great for headers, footers, but it can be used all over the place for all kinds of fun stuff that you guys can be creative with. As we go through that, that also brings into section templates. So we're not going to just leave you guys to design your own universal sections and headers. We actually, on top of our themes that we give you section themes. So for everything you can imagine, whether it's testimonial sections, as you see in this screenshot, or about us sections, or call to actions, or all kinds of stuff, we have pre-done section templates for you guys to build your own page templates on the fly exactly how you like.
What's amazing about that is you can open up a blank page and be like, header blocks, boom, 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 and like 32 seconds later, you have the entire like long form page built. That looks beautiful, and then it's just tweaking the copy, adding your images. But in no more, you have to like look at a blank page, like what should go here? I don't know. Like now it's just grab, boom, let's go and rock and roll. Like
100%.
Section templates are amazing.
Yes, I love them myself too. We go through and we actually have blogs now, full support for blogs. You can do blog posts, SEO optimized content. Yes, like all of it inside of the ClickFunnels editor as well, which is the coolest part. There's no using little text editor boxes to try and do it. You have the absolute full power of the ClickFunnels editor to accomplish all of your blog content as well. Standalone pages, it may sound boring, but it's the simple concept of being able to actually build pages on the fly outside of a funnel, organize them, move them into your sites, use them in themes, reuse them. And one of the coolest things about this, I personally think, is that inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, if you have an opt-in page you really like and you really want to turn it into an order page, you just drop your checkout element on the opt-in page and it's an order page.
Who here, for those who don't know, who here has ever built an entire page and you're like, this is supposed to be an order form, and then you're like, no! You have to say, Junior knows. Yep. That's no longer a problem for you. That's Todd, not me.
Oh, man. Yeah. Who wants a piece of that? If you know, you know. So the customer center is a massive part of this, and I'm actually going to go into this in more detail in a few more slides. But the customer center itself is a way that your customers can log in, see their order history, see any course or any membership they've ever bought from you. They can update their payment methods. They can update their billing profile. They can update their subscriptions. They can upgrade, downgrade their subscriptions if you do SaaS plans and product course plans and levels. It's all built in.
On top of that, you can also use that now that someone logs in their customer center, they see all the products they bought. You can also be like, oh, here's everything else I buy. And they can click a button, boom, dings their card, unlocks it. And it becomes like, not only your customer center, it's like also the thing that's upselling and cross-selling and bringing in people into all the other products in your world. Because I don't know about you, when I buy someone's stuff, I'm like, this is good, what else they got? Yep. You start searching all over the internet for it, as opposed to right now you log in the customer center, you're like, oh, here's all the stuff. I want to buy it all. It's really awesome.
Absolutely. You can set visibility on all of your products onto where they're going to actually be sold, and you can just check a box, and it's for selling your customer center, just like that.
So cool.
Yep. All right, teams and sites. So this is management, right? So we know a lot of you guys have multiple clients, multiple sites, multiple businesses. We've built out a way that you can actually assign roles to different people. So you can say, this guy's my support agent, this guy's my funnel builder, and they have different access restrictions based on that. So you can actually break out and give people just the permissions they need while they're working within your different sites and your different teams and your different accounts. So
this is what these comes back to. Todd talked about that we had to rebuild the framework from the ground up. Because before, in ClickFunnels 1.0, it was hard. Like everything was mushed together.
Yeah.
Where now everything's broken down. Like anyone who's a customer support person, this is the areas of the app they need, and so we can lock that down. People who are on your traffic team or buying ads for you, like they only need access to these parts. People who are customer support, funnel builders, and that way, it's just, we couldn't have done that before. Now it's everything's modularized like that, so you can just like plug the right people in, and that way they're not, if you don't want your support agents to see how much money you make or vice versa, you can do that, and it's really powerful.
Yeah,
really
absolutely. Cool. Super powerful. All right, so next up, I guess we should probably talk about funnels and the funnel builder.
Oh, yes.
Right?
This is literally the best part of it. Like,
it absolutely is.
Everything we showed you so far is like cool, but like the new ClickFunnels funnel builder is, it is insane, and there's the setup. Like, you want to show it off?
Absolutely. So
most people have not seen this yet. This is, I think, only been used by like 2 or 3 people in the world so far.
It really has. Like, yeah, we gave access to a few more people last night, so some of you actually got a chance to play with it. But the funnel builder for ClickFunnels 2.0 is literally like the most powerful thing on the internet for creating funnels, and it's amazing. If we start to go through the process, this is actually another big reason why I wanted to do a new platform from the ground up. I wanted to rethink how the funnel building experience came together, and I really wanted to update it for the next decade. And when we start to go through the process, you'll see in the screenshot that you actually have a visual representation of your funnel. And as we go through this, I'll show you some of the cool things that allows us to accomplish. So first off, we're gonna give you an overview of all your stats. So it's easy to glance at your funnel, see how much money they're making, how much stats they have. Super simple, right on the index view. When you get into that, you've got the ability now to split test pages in your funnel and visually see the results side by side, which I know Russell's always not been so happy about the stats view. He loves the fact that you can actually visually see things in a funnel as they go side by side. But beyond just split testing pages, I think the most powerful thing is that you can split test entire paths. And this is actually one of our live funnels we're using. You can go through and split test entire order processes, entire upsell processes against other ones right there inside the same experience and see the results side by side.
Yeah! So cool.
Yeah. I think the funnel stats, as you can kind of see in that other shot, are also one of the most powerful features. You can see an overview of how many sales, how many opt-ins, how many results have happened during whatever time period you're looking at. Kind of gives you an example of the earnings per click that are coming through, everything there. And you can actually drill into more detailed analytics by just clicking a button to getting into it. Funnel workflows are similar to follow-up funnels in the current ClickFunnels version, but they're way more powerful. And we've added a visual representation. So as opt-ins come through your funnel, you can see that there's a little indication that this workflow is going to trigger. So you can actually see in real time and click this to view the workflow that's going to process on opt-in side by side with the actual funnel itself.
If those are what a workflow is, it can be like an email sequence, be things like that. So it's like, these are the emails that go out when you hit this step. These emails are this step. If they skip this step, here's where it's gonna go. And you can build out the entire workflow as it's moving somebody down through the funnel.
Yeah, and I'm gonna talk to you guys in a second about even more cool stuff you can do with workflows. You haven't even seen some of this, so you're gonna love it. So page editor experience. This is actually probably Russell's favorite part. So Russell loves, obviously, the ClickFunnels editor like so many of you do. And when we were deciding on rebuilding this, we actually decided that it needed to be a ground up rewrite on our editor experience too, which was actually, to me, the most scary prospect because our editor experience is loved by so many people. So we had to spend a ton of time and investment on making sure this was perfect. I told Russell my my internal clock on this was we have a designer who is our power user on the editor, Jake, and I said, until he prefers the new editor, we're not releasing it to anyone. Like, and now he is obsessed and he will not use the old editor. So
it literally, as they were building, he's like, it's like the old one. And one day I remember he told me, he's like, I hate using the old editor. The new editor is so much faster, so much better. And I messaged Todd. Todd's like, that's it. We can finally launch the editor. Like, he's freaking out. So it is so cool. And like, I don't want to spoil it, but the fact that we can do collab, because biggest problem, how many of you guys ever had this problem where like, you're in the funnel working because you're like me and you're like, you just want to keep your hands in the funnel. So you're working on the funnel and then there's a copywriter and designer and then you get done, you say, okay, you can log in, and they log in. And then the next person gets it, and then you log in again, and all of a sudden you start overriding each other. Like, it's the worst thing in the world, and you save it, and all of a sudden you realize that you just oversaved the technical guy's stuff, and it's so frustrating. Where now it's so cool because me as the entrepreneur, I can be in the page, I can be structuring the layout the way I want, the copywriters and they're writing copy, the designers are designing, and we're seeing it all happen like right in front of our eyes, and nobody's overriding each other or breaking it. It's just, it's like an orchestra, a funnel building, you're watching the whole thing go, and it's so awesome.
Yes.
So, I love it.
Yes, it's amazing. And I think the other half of that we were just talking about backstage a second ago is our speed test. And we kind of showed this off last year. And I think they set it up as a fight this year.
Yeah.
Should we see what the
Who
results
wants to see the fight?
All right.
This is good for us because all of our competitors, their favorite thing to put in their ads is like, oh, we're faster than ClickFunnels pages. So you're going to know what our ads look like over the next 12 months.
No surprise there. We dominate them in every single strategy. They got slow.
They got smoked.
And if you'll notice, some of these competitors, which we didn't name specifically, like their entire value proposition is they're faster than ClickFunnels, and they are not. So some of the cool stuff that we've done is we actually optimize images on the fly, which is one of the things that makes this extremely fast. So if you upload an image and it's the size of the entire background, like some people do without optimizing, we're going to optimize that for you on the fly, and we're going to make sure that the image actually sizes down. And if you're on a mobile device, we're going to size it down for the mobile device. You don't have to do anything. It's all completely automatic. All right, so let's go into follow-up funnels a little bit more. So we briefly talked about those workflows and follow-up funnels. And as Russell said, the most basic version of this is an email sequence, right? You're sending an autoresponder email sequence that goes out to people when they opt into your list. But inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, you can do a whole lot more than that. We start to look at some of the actual details of it, but as you can see in the screenshot, you can actually split test just like we can do inside the funnel builder experience. It's side by side with the funnel builder experience. You can actually split test your back-end automation flows. Entire arms of your sequences can be split test. You can say, does this series of 5 emails or this series of 5 emails make me the most money? The revenue stats, all of it is in there. You're not guessing.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes, and this is one of the cool things that I was going to show you guys here too. So just a couple examples of the steps that are available. I'm not going to go through every single possible thing, but obviously there's the split testing. I was showing you side by side where you can see the stats, and you can enroll people in courses on the fly. This is a new thing we added just the other day. So if you have a free course you want to give away to people after they do a certain sequence of events, great. Just put it on here. Trigger the workflow, opt them into the course. Maybe you only want to give them module number 1 for free, and then you're going to upsell them the rest in the workflow. Great, automatic, built into the workflows.
Oh, so cool, so cool.
So sending emails themselves, right? So that's another huge part of this. If you're familiar with CF1, we make you bring your own SMTP provider with you. With this, we're actually doing all the email sending for you, so you don't have to bother with any of that. No additional cost, no additional anything you have to worry about. Yes. Yes, and a huge part of that was bringing in a better editor experience. The email editor experience is now also collaborative, and it also has all kinds of amazing new features that you guys will get a chance to actually play with soon.
This is a big deal for me because I shouldn't say this out loud, but now I can now. I hated the old ClickFunnels email editor. Like every time I got so angry, I was like, let's make it better. And now it's insane. Like he said, you do collabs. So again, you and another writer can be in there at the same time. You can drag and drop, and that's like beautiful. It's clean, it's powerful. And so this is probably one of the editor and the email editor, probably my 2 favorite things in the app. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's some amazing features that are coming in right now that are basically in our internal beta testing. We've got split testing of like subject lines, where it'll automatically send the winning subject line. So there's a lot of cool features that we're adding to email that'll actually help you guys get higher conversions.
Yeah.
All right, so this is one of my favorite things in CF2, and I think you guys have been playing with it a lot, and it's Membership Sites 2.0. You want to talk about it for a second? Because I know you guys have been using this a ton.
I'm going to talk about a lot tomorrow too as well. Like we're going deep on membership sites. We took over Dan Kennedy's company with a newsletter, and we built out a whole membership site behind it in ClickFunnels 2.0. Then we did the same thing with our 2 Column Quebec's coaching program, and then Inner Circle, and like I think we built 5 or 6 full-blown membership sites on it. And it's crazy because, and I'm sure Todd will talk about this, there's like amazing templates, make it really, really simple, but it's also built in a way where I can do crazy complex stuff that I want to do. I'm like, I want a membership site that does this and this and this and this, and it's open enough that we can go and hack stuff to make it amazing, or simple enough that like you can just drag and drop and it's really easy. And so it's kind of like the core ClickFunnels. Like it's simple enough that anybody can use it, but it's complex enough that if you are technical, you can get it to do just about anything, which is really powerful.
Absolutely. As Russell said, if you've been in any of our new coaching programs or 2CCX, Funnel Builders, Magnetic Marketing, those are all built in the new ClickFunnels platform. Just to kind of give you an overview real quick, you can see here that you can easily manage, publish modules, publish lessons, all that on the fly, view the progress of your people in your course. As Russell was saying, here's a couple screenshots of some of the default templates you guys get, right? So there's amazing looking default themes for our stuff already, and we're adding some we're adding templates and themes constantly right now. So every week we're adding more. You'll see lots of new options coming in there too. I want to show you kind of what Russell's talking about with the customization. I know this is a little bit technical, but I at least wanted to show kind of the syntax idea that you can actually customize and put, as you can see, put course title anywhere on the page. It's all customizable inside of the editor experience without needing any programmers to come in and actually download files and edit them and create things for you. You can actually do it all for yourself right there inside of the editor experience, which is awesome in my opinion.
So cool. Where are we on the timeline right now? We got funnel hubs, we got ClickFunnels 2.0, the page editor, follow-up funnels, membership sites. So we're not even done with phase number 1 yet. There's still more.
I know, right? So I got one that I threw in here that I wanted to at least bring up and talk to you guys about that you're getting access to right now. That's more in phase 2, but global products themselves are a huge part of ClickFunnels 2.0 that I can't overlook. Yes, it's a central location that you can manage all of your products, all of your fulfillment, all of your SKUs, all of your variants, all of your prices, and all of your sales channels all in one spot, which I think is critical for that platform aspect I'm talking about earlier and to grow into some of the phase 2 stuff that we're going to be talking about in a second.
Yeah, for those who don't understand that, one of the biggest problems before is in ClickFunnels 1.0, you build the product at each funnel. So sometimes if you have the same product in 4 funnels, you're rebuilding that product 4 or 5 times. Where now you build it in there, custom product, or in the central products, you plug it all in there, and then you build the funnel, you're like, oh, I want this product, this product, this product. So you only create it once, it's there, it's powerful. It gives you the ability to create upsell flows so fast.
Yes.
You can imagine this, you have 3 or 4 courses that are your upsells. You just create a new front end really, really quickly, and this front end, I want these 3 upsells, boom, and you can launch a funnel in like 15 minutes. Yeah. It's really, really powerful.
Absolutely. You can create different price points for your products as well, which is a cool thing. So you can create monthly rates, annual rates, decide, all right, I want to show the annual on this page and the monthly on this page. You can pick and mix that however you want, which we've been using a ton.
So many cool things. So many cool things.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another cool thing that I'm going to throw in too before we get to the next stuff is URL redirects. This is another pet feature of Russell's that we added in for CF2, which is basically the ability to redirect to a URL. You can do split testing of the URL so you can see what kind of results work best for you. And you can add UTM parameters and retargeting pixels all at the same time when people click the links. So that's a cool extra feature we added in.
It's cool because like imagine like on the fly, because I'm not technical, so every time I want like marketingsecrets.com/Dan Kennedy or like /podcast episode 231 bonus or whatever, like I have to get a tech person to log in and build it's like a huge thing now. It's like you log in here and you're like bloop, bloop, bloop. Yep. So every time you do a podcast or you do a Facebook Live or anything, you can pop out your URL redirect. You have it there on the fly in like half a second, and then you can use that for tracking and for everything else. Like it's going to speed up the game for me dramatically.
Yes.
So I'm pumped.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to analytics.
Next was the big one.
All right, analytics 2.0. So this is actually something that our team, especially on the traffic side, is extremely excited about internally. Yes, there we go. So our analytics in the platform, since we're doing everything now, we have the store, we have the entire customer lifecycle journey, the amount of data and the accuracy that we can present to you is actually on, like, there's no other option that's on par because everyone else is using estimates and JavaScript pixels and these kind of things. We have the actual data in our database. We know exactly what your sales data is. We know exactly what sales channels people came from. So we can actually create insane reporting that you guys have never been able to get before, at least without spending thousands of dollars a month to try and accomplish.
Yeah. So good.
So a big part of that this is a core change in the way our business operates internally. So as you guys probably know, we sell ClickFunnels on ClickFunnels. We use our own software, which is actually a unique thing in our industry. No one else seems to do that. So when we're building things, we have to make sure it scales and we want to make sure that things work. So reporting itself is is huge internally to us, right? Like, we're driven by the data, we're driven by our marketing spend, and we are constantly building external reports for ourselves, and we're investing in that external reporting. We're not doing that anymore. We are actually investing now in ClickFunnels 2.0. And every report that we build that we need, we're actually giving to you guys for your own businesses as well. Which I think it's a massive change. It's a massive change in the industry. If you look at any of our competitors, they all use third-party software to track and to actually do their reporting. We don't. We're using all of our internal software that we're giving you guys access to as well.
Yeah.
So these are just examples of some of the reports you can get. We got sales by funnel, sales by product, sales by URL redirect, sales by all the different possible channels you could want. You can slice and dice it by UTM parameters in any way you would like. You also have a real-time live view of any sales, any traffic, anything that's coming into your site whenever you want to jump in and take a peek at it. All right. So this next one's huge. I think we might have given it away on the timeline here, but we haven't talked about this before.
What's that one say up there at the top?
Payments.AI. What?
Oh.
So to set this up a little bit, Russell, you want to kind of tell your story and history of merchant accounting?
Yeah. So merchant accounting is scary. I always tell everybody, like, the scariest thing in merchant accounts is the number one. Rewind 12 years ago, I built my company up to a certain spot. We had about 100 full-time employees. We were doing a bunch of things, selling high-ticket stuff and continuity, all the things that we teach and we do. And then one day, it all stopped. It was like 11:30 in the morning, and payments stopped going through. I'm like, what's happening? And we called the bank, and we had 14 merchant accounts, but they were all in one bank. And they said, we decided that you're high risk, so we shut down all your merchant accounts. And they said, all the money we've collected, we're holding for 180 days. How many of you guys would that, like, really, really bad for your business to happen? Okay, it happens all the time. It's so scary. And so when Todd first presented me with this idea, he's like, we're going to build a platform, and there's a lot of benefits. We'll talk about all the benefits, but one of the most powerful ones is that inside of Payments.AI, you're able to go and plug in multiple different merchant accounts. And then we vault your credit card. So that means if someone comes and let's say they come to your thing and they're buying something and you're getting billed on this credit card, let's say that merchant company decides to shut you down, you don't lose your business. I literally lost my business. I went from 100 employees down to like 3. I went from a 20,000 square foot office to like a 1,000 square foot office. Like it almost bankrupted me. It was that painful because all of my merchanting was in these other credit cards and they froze our accounts and they were gone. Where now, if this merchant account decides to shut you off for whatever reason, you just change it to this one and you're still in business the next day. And you change it again and you change it again and you're fine. It's really, really powerful. It also gives you the ability to do like, I don't want to.
No, go ahead.
One of the other cool things is load balancing. Like, how many of you guys run some kind of continuity program where, you got 1,000 people, you're billing $50 a month and it bills them and then sometimes it fails and the credit card fails and the person's like, doesn't make sense. I have money in my bank. Why is it not working? What's cool now is you can set up load balancing where it says, okay, bill this person right here. And then if their credit card fails on this merchant account, but fails at Wells Fargo, try over here, try over here. And sometimes the second or third time it'll work. And so you can do so many cool things to help you collect more money, make more money all along the way and make sure you don't get shut down.
Yes.
So cool.
Absolutely. So another big piece of this was our global presence. So as ClickFunnels has grown, we have customers in every single country. And previously, it was pretty difficult to actually merchant for people in every single country. That's not the case anymore. Payments.AI supports all countries, I think it's 195 countries. The total number of countries in the world. We have 30 different banking relationships that are in place. So we can actually merchant people no matter where they are located and where they're doing business.
So cool.
So beyond that, if you kind of see on the side there, we might have another thing to talk about, which is actually the different methods for payment too. So this is pretty powerful. Part of building this platform was putting a single point of integration for ClickFunnels engineers to work with and potentially for other businesses in the future. But ClickFunnels engineers integrate with one spot, with Payments.AI, and then Payments.AI has multiple payment methods that you guys are able to integrate with. You can connect your PayPal account, your Coinbase account, and Klarna account. This results on your ClickFunnels order page in having radio options where people can simply select their payment method if you want it to be an option for your users. And it
can I pay with Bitcoin if I wanted to?
You can pay with Bitcoin now.
Let's go.
Yes, yes. So if you guys don't know Klarna offers payment plans. So you can offer payment plans to your end users as well, which in our past test, we've boosted sales by 15% or so on every webinar we've added that to.
You guys get that? Like click that option, now you can do like financing. So high ticket offers, it'll finance it all right there on the fly. Yep. It dings the person's credit, gets them a loan, and boom, money comes in all right there in the process.
100%.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is it okay if Todd over delivers for you guys? You're like, where's it been? Where's it been? This is where it's been. This has
been a little busy.
Anyway.
So as Russell was mentioning a second ago, because we're vaulting those cards for you, we're also managing the subscription business side of things, right? So as we're actually billing people, as he said, if for some reason you get shut down by your gateway, no problem. We'll actually plug you can plug in a different gateway, and your subscriptions don't miss a beat. They just keep going. You're not trying to transition from a different one, which if any of you have dealt with this headache, yeah, it's a big deal to try and deal with. We have guys in our industry, I won't mention names right now, but have gone from 0 to 20 million in a couple months, immediately shut down, same type scenario. This will help you prevent from ever ending up in that spot. Although that's a good problem to have, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
All right, this is just another example of some of the subscription billing management. These are live screenshots that you guys will all see soon and get to play with and interact with. So I want to talk about the subscription dunning, because you briefly touched on this, the ability to do the backup cards. But I want to go through kind of the whole process here. So first of it is, you can actually set up inside of Payments.AI multiple dunning rules. If you guys don't know what that is, that basically means what happens when a credit card declines, right? So if a card declines, let's set up a process that's actually going to happen and help the end user actually pay you, and you can collect money, right? So the way we have it built out is you can actually set up multiple dunning rules. You can do it per product. You can do it per customer state. So you can tag people as VIP customers and actually say VIP customers are treated differently potentially than if you're actually doing different types. And one of the powerful things on this that we actually are using ourselves is simply around a coaching program and a SaaS application have very different dunning profiles, right? Like I may want to treat a coaching client as someone I'm going to reach out to on the phone. I'm not just going to cancel their subscription. Whereas a software as a service or a course member, I might actually go ahead and cancel them and make them come back in and manually handle setup themselves. So going beyond that though, check out some of this advanced, these are the toys I made for us. Like, frankly, these are the things I was like, we need this in ClickFunnels in order to get to the next level. And part of that is these dunning rules, right? So inside of here, if you can see in this screenshot, I'll kind of walk through it. But so you can basically either bill partial amounts or full amounts. So you could kind of set up a dunning sequence that says, you know what, I'm going to try them the first month. I'm going to try them a couple days later. And if they still decline, let's try giving them a 20% off coupon. Maybe they'll go through at a 20% off coupon, right? So you can actually on the fly optimize your dunning rules to get more conversions.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely. And another little spot in that screenshot, backup payment methods. So if people have additional payment methods on file with you, it'll automatically be able to be set up to try their backup payment methods as well.
So cool. Yeah, holy crap.
And at the end, you can actually set up custom rules on what you want to do with these profiles. As I said, some different profiles, you might want to cancel people at the end. Other ones, you might want to notify your sales guy and have him handle it. So you have that ability to do all that custom stuff. Gateway routing. Gateway routing is what you just mentioned a second ago. So there's two different parts of this inside of Payments.AI. You have the ability in real time to say, you know what, I want 50% to go to the Payments.AI gateway. I want 50% to go to Stripe. That'll just happen automatically. It'll be either round robin or random, depending on how you set it up. And you can break out that volume if you want to split test things or work with it however you'd like. In addition to that, you can set up volume limits on gateways. So if you come in here and you plug in multiple gateways, you can say, actually, this gateway's only approved me for $100,000 a month. After that, I may get in trouble. So let's just limit it to $100,000 a month on this gateway, and then it'll fall back to your other gateways that have more bandwidth. So
you guys understand why that's important, by the way? If you have a merch account that has a $100,000 limit, you do a product launch and it goes too well, and you make $1 million, they will freeze your account and hold the money for 6 months. It's happened to me more than a dozen times. It's horrible. And so this way you're able to say, look, I've got 3 merchant accounts, each can handle $100,000, and now it goes boom, boom, fills, like round robins them until they're filled up, and then you don't lose your merchant accounts because it's all, yeah, it'll save you guys business so many times.
Yep, and part of the process when you onboard is you'll get access to the Payments.AI gateway itself, so you'll be ready to go the second you come on and get onboarded and set up with us. If you don't have a merchant size, go on now. So
cool, so cool.
Right.
So that's all the stuff that basically on the timeline brings us to today. How many of you guys would like to have all this stuff? Yeah? I think like half of them do, but not the rest.
Half of them.
How many of you guys really want all this stuff? Let us know, let us know, let us know. Oh.
All right.
Okay. So that's where we're at today. In a few minutes from now, we're gonna give you guys access to everything here, but Todd didn't stop here. He wanted to continue to over-deliver, and so today, you guys have access to all this. The rest of the world won't get it for a couple more weeks from now. But they're also, who here wants to see the future? Who wants to see where we're going?
Yeah.
Should we show them phase number 2?
Let's go. Let's get into phase number 2.
Oh! What is happening, Todd?
So many things.
Take us to the future. What's happening?
Right. So we've been working on these features as well for the past 18 months, just like we had talked about. Like, this is a platform. We've been building these things. Most of them are like 80% done. We'll be shipping them on a periodic basis here, which we'll announce later, but we'll go through it here. So the first thing to talk about is your actual store, right? So this is the idea of a full-featured e-commerce store built into ClickFunnels. Yes. So, as I kind of pointed out, conversion optimized without 20 plugins. And I did get asked, is it actually 20? And I'm like, everyone I've talked to that runs a highly successful e-commerce store says it's 20 plugins on the competitor. So that's the number that I've been told. So back in to sell more customers as they come through your funnels, right? The idea here is that as you acquire your customers through the funnel, your cost of acquisition now goes near zero. You can actually send them to your store profitably through your email list and through your back-end funnels. So this allows you to sell multi-SKU stuff to your end users.
So cool. Stores.
Obviously, a big part of that is the actual shopping cart experience. So looking through this kind of gives you a quick idea of the shopping cart that we're working on wrapping up now, which basically allows you to go through a shopping cart experience on your mobile device, on your desktop device, super optimized for conversions using all of our best practices that we have built in. And some of those things that we just talked about a second ago, we've got global products, obviously a big part of this, which allows you to sell the exact same products, exact same SKUs, exact same variants, exact same fulfillment processes in your funnel as in your store. So this is a cool feature. This is one of my favorite features of our stuff. It's actually cart funnels, as I call it, right? So we've talked about cart funnels and the idea of actually selling multiple products in a cart for a long time. Cart funnels in ClickFunnels 2.0 is a little bit different. It's the concept that you can actually dynamically change what happens after checkout in your store based on the customer's attributes and their shopping cart. So when they purchase something, you can determine in real time what you want to upsell those people based on what they just purchased from you. So if you're in a multi-SKU environment, obviously that becomes the only way to properly manage this and to actually be able to create awesome back-end workflows. So that's how that's set up. So this just gives you an idea. You can actually manage it. You drag and drop priority. There's a whole way to set it up. I do not have time to jump into yet, but cart funnels are insanely powerful. A big part of that too is actually the ability to do order bumps. So you can actually add order bumps dynamically as well. So if somebody adds a certain thing into their cart, dynamically add an order bump. If they add the .com Secrets book, maybe we want to order bump the .com Secrets audiobook, right? So we can have those profile setups. Your store actually is a funnel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right, so another big feature that we're using and building for ourselves is affiliates. So this is something, this is something that in ClickFunnels 1.0 has been basically the same since we launched the platform. And we really wanted to rethink how we were doing affiliates from the ground up. And we've invested heavily. Like the back end of this system's been under development for almost a year now. All the reporting, all the analytics, there's insane automations in place that I don't have time to get into. But in general, you're going to be able to actually automate your payouts, automate your fulfillment, automate everything for your affiliates.
Yeah. So good.
Another huge part is the open API. The way we've built this, the way we built this is the entire platform is an open API. Meaning if you can do it in the application, you can do it through an API, meaning your developers can build custom applications to interact with ClickFunnels and adapt to your business.
Yeah.
All right, so this is a fun feature too. I've been working on this myself for the past 6 months. I love this, and it is countdown funnels. So countdown funnels are really the next level of the countdown urgency scarcity experience. And I'll let Russell talk more about some of the strategy here briefly, but you have the ability now to actually put countdown timers in your emails that are associated with the exact same stuff. Associated with the exact same stuff that they're seeing on your user pages. So you can provide a fully evergreen automated experience for countdowns and for deadlines. Yes.
So cool. It's powerful because literally for us, like, and most guys the same way, we do a big promotion, a big campaign, a big funnel, we launch it, and then later we come evergreen and it's like a tenth is good because it doesn't feel the same. Where now with this process, like it feels like it's live from every aspect, from the emails, the pages, like it all syncs together in one platform, one spot, all just simple to do and simple to use.
All right, CRM funnels. This is the next huge part that I want to talk about. So CRM funnels are a feature that we've been getting asked for a long time. A lot of agencies, a lot of retail businesses love this feature. And you have built-in pipelines, built-in sales pipelines, built-in conversations with your contacts. All of that is now a part of CRM funnels.
Yeah.
to give you guys kind of an example here of how this works, but you basically are able to bring people through a sales process, have your sales team interact with them, work with them, view leads, do attribution for data. The whole process is all integrated, ties in with your UTM parameters, ties in with the source of your ad campaigns, all of it in one spot. So this is a fun, cool thing that I think, at least. We added a new feature that we're calling conversion boosters, which this is a cool feature to me because it's an actual start of a whole chain of features. And these are just a few things that are going to be in at initial release, right? So you have the ability to actually do scarcity and urgency social proof on your pages built in real time. And we have a list of a number of these that are going to be getting added. You can set them up in one spot, add them to different funnels, add them to different pages. They're all in one place for you guys included.
They're so cool. They're so cool. So many good ones.
All right, and going in a little bit farther into the internal app store, tied with the API stuff, we are actually building a large number of what we're calling apps. They're really features that you guys can unlock inside the application to keep from overwhelming yourselves with all of this goodness that we have. So you'll be able to come in and use the app simply and unlock different parts of it as you need it for your business to grow.
So cool.
One big question.
This is the question.
This
Todd,
is the question, right?
when does ClickFunnels 2.0 finally go live? Tell me.
How about today?
Who wants it today?
Right now?
All right, well, that's the thing. Who here wants access to ClickFunnels 2.0 right this second? Okay, so it's gonna give you guys access to everything right here. And on top of that, just so you guys know, those of you guys who get started today, you will be the first that we unlock all these future things. You will be the beta testers moving forward. Let's go!
Yes.
And that's it.
That's it.
Thank you, Todd, so much for building ClickFunnels 2.0. You're the greatest!